back everyone to the Working Class Revolt. And before we look at the clip and we talk about this story, can I just thank you all from the bottom of my heart. 6 weeks ago we set this channel up and I wanted to talk about politics and issues around the country and give you my view with my experience in local politics for the last 10 years. And we've got no budget, no experience at this, and within 6 weeks we've already got 350 subscribers, and some of our videos have done 5, 6, 7,000 views. So thank you all very much, and I'm glad you're enjoying the videos. If you haven't already, please like, share and subscribe, and our aim is to give an unbiased, honest opinion of what a lot of the time is going on behind the scenes when the people in power make decisions that we just simply can't understand. But I have got a little bit of good news today. So I'm going to show you a clip of Prime Minister's questions. And finally, for the first time, Rishi Sunak, the now leader of the opposition, has actually asked a question. He's actually give the Prime Minister some criticism. Please take a look at this.
Government is about making choices, and the new Prime Minister has made a choice. He has chosen to take the winter fuel allowance away from low-income pensioners and give that money to certain unionised workforces in inflation-busting pay rises. So can I just ask the Prime Minister, why did he choose train drivers over Britain's vulnerable pensioners?
Mr. Speaker, this government was elected to clear up the mess left by the party opposition and to bring about the change that the country desperately needs. Our first job was to audit the books, and what we found was a £22 billion black hole.
So there you go. After weeks of criticising Rishi Sunak for agreeing with absolutely everything the Prime Minister puts forward, Rishi Sunak asked the question, why did you choose train drivers over pensioners? And obviously he's talking about the winter fuel allowance, which was £200 to £300 every year that all old age pensioners got to help them with the rising cost of gas and electric. Well, within a matter of weeks, this new Labour government cut that and saved round about £1 billion a year. They then used that money to give the train drivers an absolutely massive pay rise of around 15%, costing, along with the junior doctors, about £12 billion. And we see here that Keir Starmer comes back and he says that they didn't want to do it, it was never planned, but they came across a £22 billion black hole when they looked at the books after becoming the new government. Well, everybody knows that is absolute rubbish. The official opposition, especially going into a general election, see everything that the government see. And they have to do that, because how could they come up with a manifesto if they didn't know how much money there was and how many outgoings there was? So we know that the Labour Party had planned this all along. And the question is why? Why would you isolate so many voters? Well, there's two reasons. The first reason is they've done this now knowing it's going to be unpopular, because it gives them 5 full years for people to forget about it. They may even look at bringing it back in the year before the next election. And the second reason is, if you look at statistics, old age pensioners are now less and less likely to vote the Labour Party than they ever have done. Now that sounds strange, considering the Labour Party just won a massive majority. But it didn't do so on the popular vote. It got around 33% of the vote. It got around about 23% of everybody who's eligible to vote. And it got even less if you take into consideration all the adults over the age of 18 in the UK. Now, old age pensioners, historically, a big percentage of vote Conservatives. And what we saw this year was a big swing to the Reform Party. Even in Labour-held seats, we saw a big swing where they left Labour and went to Reform. And we saw their margins narrow, very, very worrying for the Labour Party for the next general election. And then a lot of old age pensioners stayed with the Tories or went to the Lib Dems. So actually the Labour Party, if they're going to take money off anybody, have worked out that they should do it off the old age pensioners and give it to the middle-aged civil servants like train drivers or like the younger voters like the junior doctors. Please let me know what you think. What do you think? Are you glad to see Richie Sunak finally ask a question? I think Richie Sunak needs to get out of the way. But looking at the candidates the Conservatives have got for leadership, I don't hold my breath. For me, our best bet at the moment is the Reform Party. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.